Yes. Oh, yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The perfect season remains on go. Jim Nantz raised his voice and couldn't stop. Not after Gonzaga's Jalen Suggs three-pointer from just inside half-court banked in as time expired, giving the Zags a 93-90 overtime victory over UCLA in Saturday night's second NCAA semifinal. At least he wasn't alone. It was, as Grant Hill said seconds later during the televised delirium, a classic game with a classic finish. There are onions, then there are major onions, is how Bill Raftery described it, using his signature phrase. Nantz and his CBS colleagues finally calmed down. And the veteran broadcaster was able to give what he had just witnessed some perspective. One of the great games in Final Four history, he said. What they saw. What Greg Gumbel called one of the greatest games of all time finished with a spectacular play. One that Suggs happily talked about with sideline reporter Tracy Wolfson after the court had cleared. And one that few professed to know the result. He's just got this magical aura about him, few said about Suggs in the postgame interview. I knew when he shot it, it was going in. You know who also seemed to know it was good? Suggs, whose replays seemed to show he was sure before the ball hit the backboard. None of it would have happened if not for a big play at the end of regulation by Drew Timme, one of many big plays both teams made in the final ticks of the clock. Timme stepped in front of Johnny Juzang as time was expiring and picked up a charge that assured there would be an extra 5 minutes on the clock. Then the sophomore made seemingly every offensive play in the extra period, except the last one. How about this guy? Raftery said as Timme finished with a team-high 25 points, putting the Bruins defenders into a blender in overtime. Suggs has made big play after big play during the Zags' perfect 31-0 season, almost all on the offensive end. But a couple of defensive possessions from the freshman, one negative, one positive, may have been as important as any all year. Suggs turned his back and doubled Cody Riley in the post, leaving Juzang, UCLA's leading scorer with 29 points, open for a key three-pointer with less than 3 minutes left. Just one little mental mistake against a talented performer, said Raftery as UCLA took a 77-75 lead. But one thing is obvious about Suggs. He doesn't let such things linger. 30 seconds later, with the Bruins looking to build on the lead, Suggs came from behind to block Riley at the rim, then corralled the loose ball and threw a near full-court pass to Timme for a dunk. What a tremendous block right there, Raftery said. Riley had 2 points but Suggs, making the extra effort, getting the block. Those were the two biggest plays of the game, Charles Barkley said afterward, the block and the charge. The refrain was the same throughout the run-up.